All right, guys, I am going to walk you through something a little bit different today. This is more how we apply the concepts that you've been learning in the last few days. And this is more geometry based, but we're going to use the algebra in the geometry situations. So it's going to look a little bit different than what you've been used to, but the process is very similar. It's still adding and subtracting, multiplying, with all of these variables with exponents, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is this number 16 here. This is the second page of your 6-2 notes. So you just pick up where we left off. It says find the perimeter and area of each figure. So first of all, we need a formula. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, okay? So we'll call this our length, this our width. So we're just gonna substitute what we know. In a rectangle, opposite sides are congruent. That's what these little markings mean, that they're equal, they're the same length. So this is our length and this is our width. So if I want the perimeter of this, I'll say 2 times my length, so 2 times 12x, plus, and now back up to here, 2, and then times my width. And my width is 5x squared. Okay, so you do need to know the formula. On a quiz or a test, I would give you the formula, but you do need to know, hey, this is a rectangle. I'm going to use the rectangle formula, and that's what this is right here. So to find the perimeter on this one, we can simplify. So just ask yourself, what am I allowed to do in this situation? There is addition, but there's also things being multiplied. So we can actually multiply and multiply, and then see what we have. So the perimeter equals 2 times 12 is 24 times x. So we're just saying 2 times 12 times x. The 2 and 12 we can multiply to get 25x plus, and now it's 2 times 5 times x squared. So that would be 10x squared. And then ask yourself, am I allowed to keep going? Can I add 24x to 10x squared? And because they have different exponents, right? This would be a x to the first, and the 10 is x squared. Those are not like terms, so we're not allowed to add them. So this would actually be your perimeter. There's nothing more you can simplify, so you just leave it like that. Okay, now the formula for area of a rectangle is going to be, in this case, if we're talking length and width, it would be length times width. So on this one, we're going to say area equals the length, which is 12x, and we're going to multiply that by the width, which is 5x squared. Okay, now you could think of that like they're all separate entities. So 12 times x times 5 times x squared, and think about, what am I allowed to multiply? Well, you can multiply any of that. There's no addition or subtraction happening here. So we can multiply the 12 and the 5. 12 times 5 is 60. And then you can actually multiply your x's as well. It's just when you're adding that you can't add them if they have different exponents. But with multiplication, you totally can. This is like saying x to the first, and then x squared is x times x. So really what we're doing is we're taking our exponents and we're adding them together. So we get 60x to the third, and then there's nothing else we can do there. So that would be the area of that rectangle. Okay, so perimeter is 2L plus 2W. Area is length times width. Notice you get two very different answers here. So just take your time, think about, am I allowed to do the thing that seems like the next thing to do? Okay, look at the triangle. In a triangle, there's not really a perimeter formula. If you think of a triangle as sides of A, B, and C, okay, because none of them are set amounts or equal amounts. We would say it's the perimeter is A plus B plus C. You just add up all your sides. So in this triangle, we know 3 different side lengths. We have 3AB, okay, I'm using this side here, plus 4A squared B plus 10A squared B. Okay, tell your neighbor what of these 3, if any, you are allowed to add together. Tell your neighbor. Don't be bashful. Say it out loud. You can do it. Okay, did you tell your neighbor? The 2 that are like terms here are these 2. You have to have the same variables with the same exponents. This one doesn't have an a squared, so we can't use that one. So the perimeter here is still going to be 3AB. And then we're going to add to that. Now this is 4A squared B plus 10A squared B. So we're going to be adding 14A squared B. And technically, the preferred way to write this would be with the bigger exponents first. So 14A squared B plus 3AB. If you were to give me the first one, I would take it. That's not the end of the world. That's not what I'm trying to focus on for you right now. But the best answer would be that bottom one, 14A squared B plus 3AB. You cannot combine them because they are not like terms. Okay. Then it's the area, and maybe you remember this from previous classes. Excuse me. But the area formula for a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. And when you have a right triangle, your base and height are the 2 sides that form the right angle. So if this is your base, then the 4A squared B would be your height. So we're going to say the area here is 1/2 times your base, 3AB, times your height, 4A squared B. And now, just like we did on the rectangle, there's no overlap here. There's no, not overlap, sorry. There's no addition here. We're not adding the 3 and the 4. We're not adding the A and the A squared. We're multiplying all of these things. So really what you're looking at is taking all the numbers and multiplying them together. So 1/2 and 3 and 4. Okay, if I multiply those, 1/2 times 3 times 4, or maybe it's easier for you to think of it as 1/2 times 4 times 3, because half of 4 is 2, and 2 times 3 is 6, okay? You are welcome to plug that into your calculator if you want, or you can do it in your head. So 1/2 times 3 times 4 gets you 6, okay? Then look at, oh, let's change our color here. Look at your A's. You have an A and you have an A squared. And when you multiply with exponents, you're actually adding the powers together. So this would be A to the 3rd power, because that's like A to the 1st times A to the 2nd. And then your 3rd one, let's see, we'll go green here. Your 3rd one, we're going to take the B times the B, and B times B, a number times itself, is that thing squared. So the area of your triangle would be 6A cubed B squared. Okay, that's your area. All right, and then the last one that we're going to do is number 20. Number 20 is a circle, and you'll notice here it says find the area. It doesn't say anything about perimeter, so we're not even going to do the perimeter of this one. We're going to say the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. And if you recall, in working with circles, The radius is the segment that goes halfway across. So that would be a radius. This whole thing would be a diameter. We don't need a diameter, we just need the radius. So this one is a little bit trickier because it's gonna be pi times your radius, that's 3xy cubed, and we're squaring that. Okay, now think back to a couple days ago. When you square it, you square everything. So you square the 3, you square the x, and you square the y cubed. So this would be pi times 3 squared times x squared. Y cubed squared is y to what power? Tell your neighbor the number. That should be y to the 6th power, okay? And now we can simplify again. So 3 squared is 9, and pi is a number. Pi is not a variable. Pi is a number. It's the number 3.14159, keeps going, okay? So when we write this down, we write it 9 pi, because those are the two that are numbers, but we always put the digit, the 9, in front of the pi. And then we have x squared, y to the 6th, and there's nothing else you can do to simplify that, so that will be your answer. Okay, so that is the setup on this. You have, for homework, is your 6-2B assignment. That is posted in Canvas, and if you have any questions on it, you are welcome to ask your neighbor, you're welcome to ask your sub. This 6-2B assignment is not just those problems. Let's see, there is only 2 of these problems on your 6-2B. Really what you're doing on this homework is you're reviewing the other things that we did in 6-2A, okay? So it's a lot of those 6-2A questions again, with a couple of these problems attached to it. So give that a go. Work with a neighbor if you need some help, and I will see you on Monday.